Good morning, Aries. I'm Empress Rose, and we're going to do your reading. It's a very general reading, of course. Take what works for you, what doesn't. Also, feel free to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising signs also, any of your major placements. And I also want you to know that these cards have all been very thoroughly pre-shuffled and prepared and before I got on camera. So, all right, Aries. We're going to use this Oracle Mystical Moments deck. I use this for an intuitive start to the reading. All right, what's the message for Aries? Oh, we almost had something. What's the message for Aries? What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? Need to know. All right. We're not giving the goods yet, are we? What does Aries need to know? All right. I'm gonna just here we go. All right. Okay. We have keys on trees. We have being someplace a little unusual, a little different. Feeling a little stuck somewhere. It's a pretty place. It's not a bad place. You have a fabulous view, but you kind of are feeling a little out of place. Like you might have somehow ended up someplace you don't quite belong. But there's some insight here. It's not a terrible place. I mean, it is a little small for given your size, and also it's a very unusual place. And you have all these keys, these trees around you. You're up in these trees. You're up in an unusual place, but it's not a uselessly unusual place. First of all, you've got keys all around you that are going to help you unlock. You've got exactly what you need just by nature of you having this trunk and just by your nature, you have what you need to get out of this situation. And part of that is being able to reach out and touch what you need. So if this key doesn't work, there are other keys all around here. And this elephant has what he needs to continue this process and to unlock himself and get himself someplace where he feels a little more natural and a little more at home. Right now, he's sort of stuck in a place that's useful. And, he does have a view. He is learning a lot, but it's not where he belongs, and he knows that, and he feels that. But lucky for this elephant, he has everything he needs. He has this long-reaching trunk. He can reach all of the keys, and it'll be a process, but he'll figure out how to get where he belongs. And then we have this Lorelei here. So this is a bit immature energy. Some immature emotional energy, and it's sort of yanking people around. So yeah, there's just to her, she's playing maybe or just enjoying her afternoon, but there are some people that aren't amused by the situation, and it's really affecting other people's lives. So we have this like deep emotional energy that is a little bit immature, and you know what? I don't get a lot of panic on this boat today. I'm getting like everybody's a little bit peaceful. So there appears to be a truce. This emotional energy has a lot of power in the situation, and everybody is well aware of this sort of, I don't know if you ever watched Star Trek, but this reminds me of Q, like this sort of emotionally unstable god that's just like perfectly capable of jerking everybody around. This is an emotional truce. This is a sense of calm in this for now. And there's a sense of, I'm going to say combined with this, there's a sense that there can be a sense of powerlessness that you're experiencing, because here you are you're trapped, and here you are, someone else is holding your anchor, someone else is in charge of where you're going. So there can be a sense of a lack of control here that you don't have, that someone else has, or some sort of situation has, and you're sort of beholden to that immature energy, immature emotions. All right, we're going to move to the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. Again, these have been very thoroughly pre-shuffled. All right, this is for Aries. Aries, this is your past, this is your present, this is your internal landscape, this is your issue, this is your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. All right. So we have the Ace of Cups. So in your recent past, you've begun a new emotional journey. This storm cloud, there's some unsettled energy that spawned this. This storm cloud opened up and it came roaring in, it opened up and it just filled your emotional cup with quite a bit. It was this deluge just suddenly hit your life. It awoke this whole desert. It sort of changed the landscape. It changed this desert to a lush pond. Suddenly we had frogs and praying mantises and dragonflies, where before it just seemed like there wasn't anything there before. It was just sort of this desert, and now we have this pond that has just absolutely come alive. And it was just this moment, the lightning struck, and your emotional cup was suddenly filled with this new situation, this new journey, this whole new thing happening. In your present moment, you get the Queen of Wands. So this can be you or someone in your environment, since we're dealing with just a general what's going on. This is a woman who is bringing a lot of guidance, some passionate guidance. She has some mastery over inspiration, ideas, communication. She has some mastery over that. She's guiding. She's communicating. She has sort of left the light on, and she's calling to you, or she's calling out instructions to you. She's helping you. This is a very helping energy. Very loving. A guiding light. There's a female presence in your life that is providing a guiding light for you. And is calling to you and is able to give advice. There's a depth of experience here that she's calling from. She's listening to. She's hearing you. There's sort of a Marco Polo vibe here of that's what I'm getting. The listening, the calling. We're sort of like, you there? Where are you, Marco Polo? Okay. So there's some sort of listening, talking, guiding vibe in your present moment. Could be a real person. Could be just an energy that you're in right now. And here's the internal landscape here. Your interior world is this 10 of Cups. This is a complete fulfillment. This is a very serene, emotionally fulfilling place. We have sort of the heart chakra area here that is, things are going well. Your village is up and running. There's been a transformation. Your interior life has undergone a transformation. Your emotions have transformed. Very fulfilling situation. A heart-filled, happy home, happy village. A lot of peace here. Some sort of peacefully bustling energy. Some serene moving about your life. Like you have everything you need, especially in your heart. I'm getting that vibe from this one too. I don't usually get that vibe from this card, but I did today, of this, like, yeah, you're here, but there's a serenity and there's a usefulness and there's a able to just kind of, okay, well, I'm not going to be here forever, but I'm here for now. And I'm working towards what I need to do and what I want to do. And so internally there's been some sort of transformation too. And you're right. Emotionally, you're exactly where you want to be. It's a very fulfilling emotional vibe here. And in the past, you had the One of Cups, and then we like jumped, and then internally you have the Ten of Cups. So you have this fulfillment of a dream, of a wish. The issue, what's blocking you, or what's causing, is the world. This is just the world changing, the world moving in its own timeline and its own thing. And this is creating quite an effect on your life. The world has its own timing. This sort of protective angel is helping the world turn. The seasons are turning. And so how this is blocking you is that you don't have a lot of say or a lot of control in the changes going on in your life. And the world just moves forward. Sometimes you're on top of the world, sometimes you're on the bottom of the world. So the world just is always changing. The seasons are always changing, always moving forward. And you're not in control of that. You don't have a lot of say in that. That's the passage of time is just its own thing, and that we all experience a series of good luck, series of bad luck, and it's always moving, and the seasons are always changing. So the seasons are changing, and you're not necessarily in control or in charge of that, and they may not be changing in your favor right now. You will know that, you'll feel that. In your environment, you have the Lovers. So on the one hand, this kind of could be, the Lovers, soulmate energy of this union, this combination of this couple that's really going to work well together. Here she's inspecting the heart and this mechanism, and he's looking at this key that's being descended from heaven. And they're working together to unlock this treasure, this heart. This can also be an environment of following your heart, of unlocking the treasure of your heart. So I always wanted it to be the Lovers. I mean, it's called the Lovers. How can that not be soulmate? But we can't meet our soulmate every week or whatever, So there are other topics in life. And if you're talking about another topic in life, although we have this One of Cups, we have this Ten of Cups, we have this Queen of Wands. So, there really could be a love vibe here. But this can also be following the path that doesn't make sense to anybody else. And that's also a vibe I'm getting here. Oh my gosh, yes. This Lorelei figure is the world changing of its own accord, doing its own thing. You're not in control. The world is changing, things are changing, people are changing, everything's changing, and you're not in control. But I feel like you are finding some serenity in this situation of not being in control. You're able to remain serene even though your life is being dictated at you by forces so much larger than you. And this is an environment where people, I think, are really people around you are finding sort of a path of heart, the path that the soul calls. And it's not easy, but you're being gifted a key to open up this path. And so this is sort of a vibe that's around you in your environment. Maybe there are a lot of people that are like, you know what? I know that this is what society tells me I'm supposed to be doing. This is the next obvious step. This is the thing I need to major in. This is the relationship I need to have. This is the way I'm supposed to parent. And this is saying you are being gifted this moment this inspiration to unlock a different way of doing things that is going to resonate more with you. So this could be someone that you know in your environment that's going through this process. This could be, honestly, I just feel like a lot of people are going through this process of looking at like, okay, yeah, this is the path that our whole society has been on. Is there a way we can shift this to one more of heart and inspiration, a more divine path that although looks a little unconventional right now, is actually like going to unlock our hearts and allow a lot more love to flow and a lot more inspiration to flow. So this is the environment around you. Your to-do list is the 7 of Pentacles. This is the abacus of ideas. So, and money, we're counting things out, we're calculating. So this card is really asking you to do some calculations, maybe calculate, do some math about these keys, about like how you're going to go through these keys, how you can eliminate keys that you know aren't going to work. This is trying to calculate and to figure out what you're going to do. So your to-do list is to think about what you're going to do. And to, if you have this plan, this path of heart that you want to follow, this is, start figuring it out, start calculating, pay attention to your money this week, pay attention to moving it, to where it's moving, where it's going, what the flow of your money is, and what the flow of your goods are, and keep track of your things, keep track of your money. Be a little more calculating, be a little more thoughtful about your spending and your budget. And then a possible outcome we have is this 8 of Wands. We have this passion, communication, a lot of passion coming in, a lot of communication coming in. This feels like some joyous communication, some excitement here, some, the 8 of Wands isn't always tremendously exciting. It can have a war card or a battle card. And this can have a battle cry vibe to it, but it can also just be passionate communication. So there's a lot of passionate communication coming forward. We have this like a single figure here who is Marco Poloing you forward, and in your present situation we have one voice. This might be many voices, this might be a chorus, this could be again, everybody on your Zoom meeting taking themselves off mute at the same time. This could be just a lot of passionate communication. You know what, though? You may have to stand up for this thing, this key, this unlocking, this unconventional path. You may have to stand up for that. You may have to speak your mind and to say something that establishes more that you are doing something unconventional. And that often does require us to have some strong communication with people, to tell them to back off, we know that this is very unconventional, but we're doing this anyway. So you may need to do that, to stand your ground, to communicate with people, or this could be coming up with a plan. You could be calculating on a plan, coming up with a plan, planning out this journey ahead of you, what you want to happen here. And this could be needing to communicate that plan. Like, are you coming up with a business plan or something like that? And one of the possible outcomes is that you'll be ready to communicate after you've done some calculations and organized some ideas. Oh, this is really an organizing of ideas card. And organizing of your money, your resources, your ideas. Get that all organized, understand it, calculate it, and then you're going to be ready to communicate it out to the world. So it looks like there's just this really passionate journey that you're on, and one of the frustrations you're having is that you're not in very much control over the world right now. We have these two much bigger than you things that are sort of jerking you around or have more control than you do right now. But look, you're very resourceful. You're very resourceful. You have what you need. And there's a lot of heart-filled, I mean, we have a lot of cups here and a lot of wands. So there's just this deep passion going forward, and you're just about ready to start. You need to start planning for this, what you're going to do, get your plan of like how to go through these keys and calculate which key you're going to need, and methodically go through the keys so you're not repeating a bunch of steps. So, all right, Aries, sounds like a pretty cool journey. I'm happy for you. And I would like it if you would like, subscribe, or comment, because it just helps this channel. It's a little baby channel right now, and it helps it find a broader audience and more people that can be helped by it. So thank you for watching, Aries, and I hope you have a wonderful week.